Welcome to Still Talking Uncut. Welcome back. I'm your host, Big Easy, joined by Matt Lemasters on the top row tonight. We're going top to bottom. That right. Oh,
That's what
Mr.
you
Me. Mr. Me down there in the bottom left corner. Sean Rigsby joining us tonight. I tell you, Moonshine Co. was like, hey, man, all I can ask for is Sean to join. Sean joined,
That's all
and
I
about
wanted.
3 seconds, he's going to poof.
I'm here for
And he's
him,
gone.
not any of you guys.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I wouldn't expect any less. As always, Uncle Joey in the bottom corner. If you don't know, Uncle Joey's a podcast whore. You can catch him on Two Uncles in a Jar. Let's see some.
Two girls, one cup.
Don't forget American whiskey.
American Moonshine. Every now and
my
then
bad.
you see him on American whiskey. You know, Uncle Joey gets around a little bit. We accept him in his whoreness, so we love you, Uncle Joey. But
The only bigger podcast whore than me is my buddy Uncle Moonshine. Mark is on everybody's podcast.
yeah, Uncle Moonshine gets it.
Has he been on ours yet?
I don't. He may not.
That's might be the only one that ain't been on.
I mean, might as well make it happen, Uncle
Yeah,
Joe.
we're gonna be like sloppy hundredths and shit. You know what? Fuck it. You know, if a jar could go in there, we get in.
I'm surprised Uncle Joey being, the other podcaster. Why not invite him?
Because he's already on one with him, so he didn't think about getting him on here. So, anyways, guest tonight, man, my man, the Moonshine Co. Apparel Company. If you need shirts with liquor, about liquor, check out his page, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of cool stuff. Like it's cool because it was just like not a short time ago you had a couple shirts, and then now everybody's like, hey, man, make me a shirt, homie.
Yeah. That's how it's been going lately.
Hey.
Yeah. So
Hey, yeah, that's the thing about this community, man. If somebody starts up something and everybody's on board, and if you offer a good thing, they'll jump on and give you a hand and buy you shit.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's good evening, everybody. We join y'all. We glad y'all joined. So we usually start with what you're drinking on, but let's see. It's what you got over there? It's a little Denver. Happy 420, everybody.
yeah.
I already did a little of that. I got a little Evan Williams small batch tonight. I'm getting a little lit up tonight. My Friday.
Cracking a bit on Soulshine here.
Nice.
Liberty Soulshine. We just had him on Brad Sanders just a little bit ago. We linked up last weekend and I got this one autographed, so that one's worth about $4 more than the jar.
Really? The jars I got from him were $4 less after he signed them.
See,
I guess it's all who has it, huh?
yeah, I met Tracy Arvin. You just had, I think it was one of your more recent episodes too.
Yeah.
Smoky Mountain Squatch.
Yep.
Yep.
Squatch, good feller.
Well, Brad Sanders just come on.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't work the comments.
I think Tracy just cut a deal with a little bit bigger distributorship or something like that. I see. Good for Tracy, man.
Yeah.
I know Tracy hustles his liquor, man.
Mhm.
Bro, he hustles that jar of liquor.
Yes, he
you know
does.
what I'm saying? And I know he's dealt with a lot of people being like, "Oh, you're not a real moonshine." Oh, fucking dude's he's a liquor. We pushing his liquor.
Mhm.
Keep doing your thing, Tracy. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Absolutely.
Don't let anybody hate on what you got going on, bro. Like that
It's
dude,
great.
shit, and it's good
great,
liquor,
too.
I
Yeah. I think he won some bronze medals and stuff with him in 3 or 4 competitions. So it's legit. It's got
Man, all right. Here's Uncle Joey. I always like to talk about corn liquor, commercial corn liquor. This tastes exactly what you're gonna make like at your place. This is like what a hobbyist would make. It's clean and it tastes like corn.
Yeah. Oh, that's real clean liquor. His particularly gave off almost like when you open the bag of corn, that big first whiff of corn that it hits you right in the face. It is that kind of flavor instead of that oily sweet corn. That one's light and in your face with that dusty corn.
It goes back to that traditional moonshine smell. You know what I mean? What I can remember as far back going down to, I had family down in Moorhead, Kentucky, and I'd go out to the garage where all the guys were playing poker and shit, and I could smell the jar, and I could smell moonshine, and that's the smell I could remember smelling. So,
how old was you? How old was you back then?
Man, I was probably 10, 11.
That was back when they had dirt roads going in and out of town.
Yes. The road to get back to where all their houses were was a gravel road. They had to drive to the road to get their mail. The mail wouldn't drive back to where they lived.
Was it uphill both ways?
No, just on the side of the mountain.
Okay.
The hell, I can't get mail to my house now.
Well, hell, they didn't have TV when you was a kid, Matt.
That was Stagecoach, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Back with the fucking whipping the horse. Go.
Ever still chiseling stone wheels.
Oh, shit. Listen, we can sit here and bust each other's balls all night long, but that's not why we're here.
Whoa. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself, buddy. That's the only fucking reason why I come here. If I didn't have openness just to like bust you all's balls, I wouldn't even come here. You know?
That's not the reason I got on.
That and you're our host, we wouldn't be able to operate if you weren't here. So
hey, y'all have gotten along just fine without me. You know?
So, Brandon, where did your love for moonshine begin?
Well, I see. I'm one of the COVID shiners, right? So, one of those guys.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. There's thousands of us out there, and that's where I started. Excuse the itch, but yeah. So I've been in love with whiskey and bourbon for a while, and it's like, you know what, I can kind of do that. Of course, I love the Moonshiner show and the culture, and growing up in West Virginia is it's kind of all around and growing up, but I was like, hell, I can do that. Let me try that. So I got me a Digiboil, right, like the Bruzilla with the cap on top, and got a little copper arm and a Liebig off of eBay, and cobbled those together with some tri clamps, and off we went, right, and went to ferment in a 5-gallon bucket, and shit happened. Like nothing happened when nothing happened. Like, all right, I didn't know my ass from my elbow, right, like a lot of us. And
I can't ferment a 5-gallon bucket either, so don't feel
I don't know. I didn't know what happened. But looking back, like it was too damn cold down in the basement. It was like I didn't put any nutrient in. I was like, all right. And so I had a guy, I ran into him on Facebook. Billy, if you ever see this, thanks a lot. And he's a Kentucky guy. He's like, all right, you're doing this all wrong. So he gave me some tips, and reading the home distiller for him and all that stuff. And I didn't know. I didn't know how to digest all the information that was coming in, and
it could be a lot.
It
could be a lot.
You don't need all that. Do this. Like, you gave me my first way. We talk about 1,000 ways to do things. You gave me my first way to get it done. And the first thing I ever came across the drips that came out were cornflakes liquor, right? Because it had the nutrients, had a little bit of sugar, and it was the easiest way to I just wanted to get the first thing under the belt, and it was horrible, right?
Of course,
but,
obviously, like it's how it is.
But it didn't take me long to learn the rolling cuts, and kind of off I went from there. And I still stay small. I still keep it simple, but I like pulling on all the different levers we have, different, the different yeast, different. Run all those and run the different grains. I like grains over fruit more or less, but I tinker in fruit. So. I've tried it all. I just like the breadth and the depth of what we all like to do.
So what is it about the grains that you like more than fruit? Is it the process? Is it the flavor? I mean,
it just comes down to the flavor, and also I just haven't run a hell of a lot of fruit. It's some of it's just kind of the expense and the mess, and I kind of keep it small. I got an 18-gallon electric still, and so I just kind of keep it small, but. And just focus on the quality of it and just getting better. But I just like the fruit. I like the specialty grains. I like to throw a little specialty grains in there, a little caramel malt, little honey malt's my favorite. Stuff like that is
little science project. I like to call them, dude. Little science.
Yep. Well,
what it is.
If you can master those brewing grains, in your distillate, you can really pull a lot of different flavors that a lot of people aren't messing with, because those grains they're hard to get sometimes, and they can get expensive to get. Like for me, I can get heirloom corn by the bag as much as I want. What do you want? Red, green, blue, yellow, orange, but it comes with buying honey malt. I got to go to the brew store and pay like $2 a pound for it, and it's like, bro, I'm not paying $2 a pound for no grain. So like if you have an opportunity to get that type of grains at a decent price and you can play with it, dude, it's different. It changes things.
Yeah. I try to catch it on sale, like everybody else, and that's one of the reasons I stay small, just out of practicality. I have no reason to run a big still, but I don't have to buy 50 pounds of honey malt. If I buy 10 pounds, it's it's expensive, but I'm only shelling out.
It's a little easier to shell out $20.
Right.
That's easier pill to swallow. Just like you see more distilleries getting smaller stills now, so they can experiment on. That way they can experiment with a 15-gallon as opposed to a 500-gallon. So it makes sense.
Yeah. I even have an air still I just screw around on. Just
nice.
Like, I wonder if I do this, and I've scorched the hell out of things on using that thing just because I want to try something, right? But
that's all our buddy Bill Cluck runs is the air still, man.
Yeah,
tried and true, baby.
Yeah.
Well,
air still army. He peed in his, man. We don't talk about that one.
We do now.
I think my favorite air still might have been the mouthwash.
Oh, the hobo shine. Hey, you tried that. That was all my birthday party. Like, what's this? I'm like, bro, that's hobo shine, man. Crack that open. That's gonna smell like mint. And dude, they cracked it open, man. It was 120 proof mint mouthwash, dude. It was pure. It cleared them up, man. Whoo! I rode a hobo that night.
Well, we had to drink that after you handed us that other jar. So,
at that point of the night, it doesn't matter what it is. I was like year-old wine. I sat open. I was growing shit on.
Well done.
Fuzzy floaties.
Hey, can you make Applejack legally and then put it in a barrel, Bennett? Just cook your heads off before you put it in a barrel after you freeze distill it, because you got to cook them heads off. I guess while we're on the subject, let's talk about the new home distilling law that they just passed. No, you can't distill at your house. No, you can't just put a still in your front yard and make liquor. It's not all 50 states nationwide. Essentially it affected certain states. There's like 4 or 5 states. The states where it was already legal, it made it 100% legal because the federal government recognized it. And then they threw in some other states, like Texas was in there because that's where it came from. And it's all about the Home Distillers Association. I'm sure you guys remember last year the Snickers thing. I talked about the lady for the TTB, talked about the Home Distillers Association. And they're all like, and she's like, join it. And then you can legally distill in your home. And I told everybody this. And then a year later, they passed this little thing and everybody thinks it's legal to distill. Like, no, it's not, But what it did was it set a precedent of, it's getting the ball rolling that, hey, they might just be like, you know what, this is all old shit. Let's allow it. But even then, it comes down to like the marijuana thing. Just because it's legal in the state doesn't mean it's legal federal. So if the federal government allows it, doesn't mean your state's going to allow it. And then who was talking about earlier before we came on, it was talking about how in certain states they have counties that are dry. You could buy in. It wouldn't be any different for distilling. They could make in that county distilling illegal, just like they can make growing marijuana in certain. It's just all about whatever.
And that's the thing we got to remember is we got to follow all these.
Yeah.
Federal, state, county.
Yeah. City.
You said
your asshole neighbor is going to tell on you. You got to figure it out, man. I still believe no matter what, along the ways, if they do be like, hey, it's legal, you can do it now, I still ain't telling nobody that I got a still running in my home because there you go. you know, so the supremacy laws kick in if push comes to shove. You know, it's all about whose pockets are getting lined.
Yeah.
It's what it comes down to. But I think it's just one of those things like, you know, the legal marijuana. It didn't just it started as something small. It started as medicinal small, you know, and then it grew to statewide, and now it's national wide. And it, before long, it's so big nationally that the federal government has to accept it because the states have done it. Well, you know, maybe this is a reverse to where it's like, oh, well, the federal government says it's okay, so the states will fall in line. Yeah. You know, so maybe it's kind of the reverse the way the marijuana is going to where. But even then, it's the same deal. The home distillation started. Was the first state? Missouri was the first state with 100, 200, and I think Alaska was next, and then West Virginia. What year did you guys come in, Brandon?
Just last year. It was last year. Yeah.
They're allowed 5 per person, 10 per household. You know, let's be for real. 10 gallons per household is more than the average person will ever drink in a year, unless your name's Uncle Joey or old son. Then that 10 gallons ain't shit. But you know, I guess once it disappears, it ain't like it existed, even if it goes in your belly. As long as you ain't selling it, Uncle Joey. As long as you ain't selling it.
That's what it boils down to.
Yeah. I don't advertise in my neighborhood to sell jars.
No.
If you did, how much would you charge?
$40.
$40.
Hey, damn, man.
Busting heads.
That's John Bent's prices, son. All right. Well, I'm busting Bent's balls. John Bent's from Firehouse Shine. He's still waiting. He's still waiting to open. While he's waiting to open, he went ahead and put a jar out at Flaming Aces in Elizabethton, Tennessee.
All right.
Speaking of Ben's, he's a piece.
Hold on. Am I correct on where I'm not 100% sure that okay.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but I'm on track.
As soon as you said that, it clicked. Yeah, you're right.
All right. So Ben's put out his blueberry cobbler, and I guess once it's gone, it's gone. I don't know. But anyways, he had a jar, and I'm sure if it sell out, that it may make some more. But you know, he got tired of waiting, so he got with Tracy, and he's like, "Man, I'm just gonna put a jar out. I want to get my own jar out." And realistically, this is a good ploy by Ben's because it allows people to taste what his product on his line is going to taste like when our state finally gets off its ass and gives that man what he deserves, and it's open and it's the shit to sell liquor. So it's like.
Doesn't that blow you away that he can put a jar of liquor on somebody else's shelf before he gets his fucking own distillery open?
In like a blink of an eye, he has that jar of liquor on his shelf, man. I spoke old son's name. He showed up. What's up, Scott? And that's crazy, man. It's just crazy with how much money our state is giving away to other. You know, it's no different. I keep falling back to. It's 420, so I'm falling back to the marijuana laws, you know, and the states, like our state is murdering people on prices, so people are driving to Michigan. Well, our state's like, oh yeah, we're gonna make that a felony instead of being like, let's just lower our prices. Yeah, it's felony to go buy weed in Michigan and bring it back and consume it. Dude, they did all kinds of crazy stuff, even though a judge stepped in and it did insanity here right now. Government can't get
the home of the brave.
They can't get nothing right. No matter, even if we vote for it, they can't get nothing right. But and instead of being like, let's slash prices and make $10 billion, let's just make it illegal, even though our people voted for it. So even, like I said, even if they was like, man, it's legal for you to distill, I still wouldn't set a still up in my front yard and distill. And you know, there wouldn't be video of me standing in front of a 110-gallon still, or video of me running it at my house, or no selfies in front of it. I would still keep shit like that on the download.
An idiot would do that.
Yeah, because you never know.
Nobody put one in their driveway and run it, would they?
No, not at all. And me and Philbilly did. We ran apple brandy in his driveway. We bought a Vever still. We didn't know it was warm out. It's too hot to be in the garage. Got that propane burner. We set it right there in the driveway and fired it up. And we was making apple brandy, videoing it and all that. School buses driving by. Had no idea, man. Like, you live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? It's like that first batch. It ain't gonna be great. So
yeah.
When when you first started with your Digiboil, and after you got your feet wet a little bit, you said that you got into it during COVID. Did you fall? Did you fall into like the TikTok group? Because TikTok exploded, Shine Talk exploded. It seemed like the Facebook groups exploded. Did you get involved in any of them? And it's like you become friends with anybody that you ended up learning a lot from, or did you fall on any videos or?
Well, I kept to myself, learning, except, just one or two people I knew I could ask for. Billy from years ago. I'm not going to say his last name because he may not want to be known, um, I leaned on him, and I really didn't lean on anybody else. But to your question, the tip, you and Phil, you were out there at that time, and George Barley and Hops. You've heard, everybody leaned on him, and right. But I mean, it was really coming on, and I was cherry picking information from all over social media in those groups, and I was just kind of absorbing it all and seeing what worked for me. A lot of it didn't make any goddamn sense at all, and they didn't know what they was talking about. As soon as I knew a little bit, you could really start filtering. I was like, all right, I can go here. And then I found Jesse on Still eventually.
Mm-hmm.
God, he's killing it. He's entertaining, right? He puts out a lot of really fun videos, and people have opinions about everybody, but who they like. But I kind of liked it all, and eventually started making friends in the community.
That's when it really takes off. You wind up with assholes like these.
Right. I got in touch. I started messaging you a little bit on TikTok, easy, and we started texting a little bit. Wayne with Ozark Steelworks, him and I became texting, and I bought some of his products. Bennett learned from Rigsby.
He's the greatest, man.
So anybody that was brave enough to put themselves out there, I appreciate that, and a lot of other people, and there's a lot of good knowledge that was shared, and everybody had their little different angle, right? Like George Barley and Hops, he was like all scientific with the whiteboard and all that stuff. You guys had your flavor, you and Phil were a little more practical, and
keep it simple.
Like, here's the way I do it, type of thing, and
do it your way, and here's how we do it, and I think it really set a precedent to. There's not just one way. It's not just a George or Jesse way. It's any way. It's your way. And then I'm sure that when you divulged into the internet, it kind of it reaffirmed a lot of things you knew, and probably opened your mind up to a lot of different things. And then, like you said, it became a little easier for you to wade through all the bullshit to find your answer.
Oh yeah,
you could tell who doesn't really know and who does know.
Yeah. A few months in, and even after a year, and as you go on, you're like, all right, that guy's full of shit. That guy's all right. He's all right. He's a little funny while he's tall too. But so I appreciate that. And, I've connected with, Alan Bishop here and there. And
that's definitely a guy to talk to.
I buy his books, and I watch it. He puts out some really killer content. His talking head videos now, but watching his process and the way he does things, and he does it from his quote unquote alchemist standpoint is. So I appreciate all these different viewpoints and ways of life, and 1,000 different ways to do it, and sparking ideas of your own, and Wayne with his modular setup, like his Mr. Fusion. I got a shotgun still. Those are some killer products, and learning about different setups, and I always got my mind on that next piece of equipment that I want, right? And so I appreciate everybody, and that's kind of how I learned, and came to kind of do my own thing, and now I can give advice to other people because I've been doing it for about 6 years, and now I got a little bit under my wings. It's like, try this, and here's what worked for me, or I know enough people is like, I don't know, but here's the guy that knows.
And that's what's cool about the community too, because you've gained enough knowledge that who. Hey, ask this dude; he really knows about this, or who to direct people to in these groups. And it is cool when you're in. I'm in 2 or 3 of these Moonshine groups, and I think I appreciate it now because I see the newer guys that they get in, they ask questions, and I know these answers, and I'm like, oh shit, I know that. I can help this dude out, and I got that knowledge from Big Easy and Phil, and I haven't watched like a lot of George because I'm gonna be honest, George is way too technical and smarty for me, man. I started watching him one day, and I was like, "Yeah, this isn't." Where's Phil Billy, man? That's more.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, so Easy and Phil Billy, I think, do a good job of people more like us, practical individuals that it's easier to break it down for, man. So
it lets you know, like, man, I could try that.
Yeah.
Old JJ says the same thing. He's like, man, I'd have never dove in if I didn't see you two up there just like, fuck it. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? How are you going to make liquor? Oh, that fucking sucks, but you're going to get drunk. And then, it's a stepping stone, man. It gets you started. It's the push you need to be like, look, man, they can do it. I can do it.
Yeah. All of us have it in it.
Him and Phil Billy have a video out there that I think it will stay in the Shiner world as one of the best videos forever. And I think you guys need to really label that peach cobbler video where you guys are going off about the bees and shit, man. It's like, it's comedy gold, but you're learning something along the way, man. You can really feel how two big idiots these two are when they're together. Like, they're so comfortable and just the camaraderie and
it's not when they're together. They're two big idiots when they're apart.
Yeah,
that cobbler video. I still watch it like every now and then. I'll watch that video just to laugh, man. These two are but it's comfortable too. It's a very comfortable setting when they do what they do.
It reminds you of hanging out with your buddies, busting each other's balls, and you're just having a good time. Whether you're fishing and because you always got one buddy who's really good at something. You go fishing, you got a buddy who's master bassman, and he'll catch anything anywhere. So he's going to teach you a little something. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a buddy who works on cars, so you're at his house. It's no different, man. It's about that camaraderie, and it reminds you of you and your boys. So it lets you know that we can do this. But anyways, we'll get back to talking a little liquor. So you run that Digiboil, and you said you've got all these parts. Do you put them on that Digiboil, or do you have like a different pot for them?
No, I just I stay electric for just for me out of simplicity and just
it's real nice.
It's just easier for me.
It is. It's easy, man. Like if I had the opportunity, I would run electric. I don't, so I'm gonna run propane. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody who
electric, if Matt would hook you up.
Hey, that ship has sailed. We don't ask Matt. My
memory's this long. You got to keep reminding me.
I should
dick, otherwise you'd be fucked.
I should pay Shelly to put it on his to-do list, and it would get done.
That's right. It'd get done tomorrow.
They damn right. You know what? I'm going to start later.
Yeah.
When with your do you have a specific mash build that you love to run? Like, look, man, if I had to run one liquor, I would get this type of corn and this type of malt, and I would run this every time. This is me. This is like, for me, it's peaches or bananas. If I'm going to run a liquor, it would be one of those two.
I got a toss up, and I'm sitting here thinking it's between like a rye with a little touch, like a 5% honey malt, and probably about 60 or 70% rye and corn, and make up a little bit with enough 6-row to convert and a little bit of honey malt to make up the difference. That's my favorite. That I have some in a bad mo, and I got a little bit I still got about 3/4 of a quart left, and
it's about time to mix some more, huh?
Yeah.
Sean, I was gonna say you talk about all that rye. That's right up Sean's alley. Sean loves that rye, man.
And the rye I've been making is coming out. It's not coming on the spicy end. It's coming out on it starts as peach and a little bit of stone fruit in there, and it stays really nice on that end of the rye. And that's one thing I love about rye. And I buy bottled rye all the time because it runs to that, that really wide gamut of what liquor can be. And Wayne Herbert and I talk about rye is what whiskey wants to grow up and be like. Corn whiskey wants to grow up and be like. And
there's so many different aspects to it too. Like how do you do your rye? Do you soak it? Do you crack it? Do you grind it? Do you powderize it? Like what do you do with your rye to get what you want with it?
Yeah, I run it through just my grinder has the blade on it. A lot of people have. I don't even know if it has a brand name, but everybody that doesn't have the blue one, the pot iron has the one with the bucket on the bottom, the yellow top, and it just has the blade on the bottom.
Yeah,
I do mine a little coarser probably because you hear a lot of people want to just make it in almost flour, but.
Yeah,
I put it down in like a meal, almost like a cornmeal with a little bit of. When it goes after it goes through that, it has some of the flour with it, but it's kind of a meal. Consistency.
When you get it to that flour, man, it clumps and wants to get all gelatinous on you.
Yeah,
and it gets super spicy. The finer that rye is, the spicier it's going to be. And I don't want to deal with clumping and just that gooiness that comes with it. Like I have seen people they'll talk about step mashing it so they don't add it all at certain temps
instead of fucking grinding.
I tried that once
instead of grinding it.
By the way, I cuss rye every time I do it because it's just a big ball of snot and you can't hardly lauder it at all. I did beta glucanase like, oh, this is going to be my best thing. No, beta glucanase made about a 10% difference in the ball of snot, and so it's just something I cuss every time. But the product is great, and I end up losing a lot of liquid because you can't really lauder it very well. But yeah, and I cuss it. Then I go away from rye for a long time because I get so pissed off. But
I don't like it, so I don't mess with it. Yeah, I've messed with enough to know, like, that ain't for me, man. Rye just ain't my dig.
Yeah.
Oh, great! There's a bucket of rye in my garage.
Yeah, I love it. I tried the step mashing once. I don't think I got it quite right because a lot of people swear by it.
JJ swears by it. Yeah,
so Wayne Herbert and those guys, they swear by it.
Yeah,
Alan Bishop even has in his book.
If you ever go do it again, man, I'd hit up JJ. He does it simply and just the way he does it, dude, it's legit.
What step mashing so much at a certain time and then a little bit more?
Certain temps. Certain temps is when you add. It's kind of like how like you're supposed to heat your corn up and then like you add your barley when it's at 150, 155. So you activate. It's kind of like you add certain temps. You add your grains. I will say it like so you don't overcook them. Like you ever cook something, you overcook it and it tastes differently. I think that's the thought behind it. It's added at certain temps. It reacts differently to certain temperatures. So
you have to rest it at like you put your grain in like 110 degrees, then you like pull it up to like 120 for exit like 25 or 35, however many minutes, and you do like 3 different or 4 different steps, and you boil it for a minute to kill the some of the lacto, and then you pull it back down.
And that's part of the reason I like fruit.
When I get pissed off at the rye, I go to it's corn and wheat and a mix of and some 6-row to convert, and then I put some honey caramel malt mix in there, about 5% of each.
You ever get any
that's
of the
my
oats?
second favorite.
You ever do any oats?
Yeah, Joey and I think Joey and I had a short conversation about oats and something, but I've been throwing at least a pound of oats in most everything. If I'm mashing it, I throw it in at least a pound of oats or however much oats. Just and it adds the mouthfeel and it just smooths out, almost like a bridge between flavors a little bit, and
a little dryness on the end. Dryness on the end.
I made 100% oats once. I bumped it with sugar, but I did 100% oat. It was great too.
Yeah.
So
there's a guy that goes down to Maggie Valley. His name's Tracy. I'm not gonna say his last name, but he mainly what he does, he runs oats and sugar.
Yeah.
And he makes some damn good liquor.
I've done that one time, just oats and sugar, and it was great. So I like that.
That's interesting. Yeah, oats and sugar is very interesting. Yeah.
That bourbon that you like from down there, Uncle Joey. That's what that.
Yeah, that's where that came from.
Yep.
Yeah. When I did that, I just cold mashed it, just oats and sugar, and it didn't get as slimy. doing it that way.
Bennett just perked up. He heard that cold mash. Bennett's all about that cold mash. Hey, man, it's tried and true, baby. It works. It works. It definitely works. What type of, do you have a certain type of yeast you prefer to use? Or are you all over the map, whatever, depending on the grade?
Well, I'm a little in all the categories. So the staples are Red Star bread, and then my second staple, I just went back and I bought a couple pounds of Daddy because I was getting a little low. It's like I hadn't run that in a while, so I was like, yeah. So, but in the summer, it's getting ready to get warm up a lot, and I've really been falling in either the Hornindal or the Voss works really well in the hot weather because it'll still be clean and not throw off a lot of fusels when if it's sitting out in the 90 or 100 degree weather. So it does pretty well. It has such a wide temperature range. It's a little expensive, but I just buy a few packs and then I just pull some trub off. And
I was going to say, when it's expensive, you just reuse it.
Yeah, I just run it, and sometimes when it gets too infected, and I'll dump it and have to do it again. But
you ever take some to put up, put it in the fridge that you'll use way later. That way it won't get infected on you. And then if you use a real expensive one, like you see people that use that Yellow Angel or even Matt, when you use the blue yeast on your tequila, that shit was expentive.
Yeah.
But the end product makes it worth it. And,
is that what that all flavor was?
No, that was that cheap agave you use.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, I had to.
That was just
it was blue corn syrup is what it was.
Yeah, agave is great, and I put pineapple in my agave, and it turns out great. And then I put some on dehydrated pineapples, and just to kind of bump the flavor, because the agave doesn't turn out because you expect it to have that little peppery, all the familiar flavors in tequila, and it just doesn't quite get it there.
It's not all there.
Yeah, so
not to cut you off, but Matt, how many times did you run that? Was that one run and done, or was that?
I just wanted it done.
Did you run that? You run that on your plates, or was that on pot still?
Pot still.
Hey, just so you know, as soon as the weather gets about 10 degrees warmer, that jar is straight Margarita City.
That's tomorrow. It'll be 10 degrees warmer tomorrow.
Yeah. It's going to be like 70 tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah. Hell, it'll be 20 degrees warmer tomorrow.
Yeah, that jar of agave is going to be made into some tasty margaritas here soon.
Yeah, that's the only way to make it taste better is to put a bunch of sugar in it.
Listen, I wasn't going to be the asshole to say it.
But you're the asshole that put it out there. Like, I'm going to make margaritas with it.
Treating that like easy liquor.
I mean, at least you didn't take peach brandy.
That'd be nice on some ice.
Hey, margaritas, peach cobbler, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm the only person I know that takes peach brandy to make peach cobbler with it. Like, well, it's peach brandy. Yeah, it's peach brandy. It's supposed to sit by itself. Use corn liquor for that. Brandy. Go buy you some vodka, man. Like, it's goddamn newbies, man. I swear. Sometimes I regret my life choice.
Oh man.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, what made you decide that the Moonshine Co. was something that was it a COVID thing as well? No, because it hasn't been going that long, has it? No.
How'd you go from making liquor to making liquor shirts?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I like it. So, I'm a little bit business mind. I'm a little bit, I kind of have that little bit of business mind just because that's kind of a default for me. That's kind of what I did in school. And that's kind of what I do my 9 to 5. And, so that just kind of got me, it's like, I kind of got to a point where I make some okay liquor. Right. And I have some guys that was like, why don't you go legal? And I kind of had a guy that was maybe thinking about helping me out, financially to get there. Cause I sure as hell don't have that kind of money. And I kind of explored it. I even had a conversation with Al Bishop and just, long story short, I kind of fell in this like, all right, I don't want to do this. It's a hell of a lot of money and a hell of a lot of time. And I don't want to quit my 9 to 5 because it's support my family, right? The regular, logics of it all, but I still want to be part of the community. so I started thinking, and it took me a long time from that. It took me better part of a year, and I still want to help out the community, be part of the community. And I started noticing a gap. Like all these people are really trying to do something with their brand, right? And trying to take off with something. And I was noticing it was pretty fragmented, right? Everybody's trying to sell a little bit of merch here, a little bit of merch there, and they did really. And even I was even in on a MeWe group on distilling tradition. That's kind of popular with several people, and a couple of those people had some stuff they were trying to sell, and kind of got my brain working. It's like, all right, and instead of providing a product, help people with a service. And I don't see. Yes, I help with merch, right? And that's kind of what Moonshine Co's kind of getting a little bit known for in the community. But I see it more as a service because I'm giving people a storefront that they haven't had, or a United storefront. Because the way I see things, even in liquor, I think there's some synergy to be had there, where 2 + 2 can equal 5, right? And where if everybody can work together and pull attention to each other, I think it can help everybody and help the community. And where I've said this before in other places and other forums, that I'm not here to take anybody's piece of the pie. It's like if I help you with something and you want to take it and do something else with it, great. I'm glad I can help you out for a little while. But I want to make the pie bigger, and even if, in some way I'd like to think one day, right, pie in the sky vision, right, that, maybe this hobby can take off if it ever gets legal. And, I help bring attention to it, or help somebody's brand, kind of take off. Right. We got a lot of people that, are giving me some trust right now with Brad Sanders, Liberty Soulshine, Bennett put some stuff out with me, Justin Meredith. I was talking to Hoochie Hooch Distillery today. They're going to have some stuff on the site. And,
Nice.
I got some other stuff. Moonshine adjacent people are starting to contact me, and I'm hoping to help them out. So I really want to help the community at large in what we're trying to do here.
What I like is how the Master Distiller line that you're doing now. In my opinion, I feel like you could reach back as far as the beginning of some of these master distillers, and they could even put shirts out and still sell them, because some of those old beginning guys, man, that was the groundwork for the Master Distiller show, and some of those guys are still legends, around the community. So I hope a lot more of these past Master Distillers reach out to you and maybe get some shirts going.
Yeah.
Well, as a it's hard to make, like, you want merch and all that, and so but if you work a regular job, like if you build stills, you don't have time to press shirts. A lot of people take Bennett, Master Distiller Bennett, and I got chickens at 10. He ain't got time to press shirts to sell to people, and even if we do sell shirts, most of us buy that shirt the way it is. Mm-hmm. Package it up and send it to somebody and make $2 off of it. Very few of us have a press at home, and we buy in the prints and we go get the shirts and we press them and send them down the road. But most of us don't have the time for that either. So, like you said, man, what a hell of a service to offer. Like, hey, man, I'll put the shirt out for you. Give me the design you want, and then we will all make money off of this.
Well, not only that, but if they're like, hey, go to moonshineco.com. That's where my shirts are at. Well, they go there and they buy the shirt, and they're like, oh shit, well, I like this shirt and I like that shirt or that hat. You know? So
right. And that that helps each other, right? Jason Bartolozzi, that's another one. Sorry, I didn't mention him.
No, listen, you're okay. You're all right.
You're probably doing the dishes anyway.
He's running the sweeper right now.
Yeah, he probably apologized to the old lady.
Actually, he's probably getting beat. He's probably getting beat right now.
Damn, put him out like that, Uncle Joe. He passed through him, huh?
I love Jason, man. Jason he's comedy on the internet, man. He's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Yes, he is.
Yeah, I tried texting with the guy. Yeah.
You should
text him 3 days later, you text back.
Sounds like somebody I know.
He must do business with Phil.
Bro, So you should come up to Farm to Bottle this year, man. Like it ain't but like 4 hours from you.
Yeah.
You should definitely come to that. We could get you a booth. We'll get you hooked up with Jason Davis or hell Shonda. Say something to her. She'll get you on and get you a booth and come up here, camp out, hang out with all the shiners, man. We just hang out and pass things around.
Yeah, Shonda actually helped me kind of break in just a little bit and welcome me into the bigger community at large and get my face out there. So
get you out there a little bit.
I love that lady. She's been selfless in trying to help me, so I appreciate.
Yeah, when I seen her on there, I'm like, hey, I got a design for ladies. Here, try this out. Let me know what you think. Hey, y'all need a design for ladies. I'm not going to gatekeep it. And I know our governor kicked her in the junk, so I figured I'd go ahead and throw her a little bone and help her out a little bit. That's what we all do for each other. And I ask for nothing in return. And I think too many times this community and any others, when there's money involved, true colors come to fruition. Yeah, and it's tough to be a part of and witness because you're like, dude, I'm such a good feller, and I try to surround my people by good fellers. And when you bring somebody in and they let $1 mess up $1 now mess up $1 million later, it's ridiculous. And I can't
to
stand
me,
that.
A friendship is worth more than them dollars, man.
And
it's not just a friendship; it's a brotherhood, and it's also a family. There's guys in this community that I've come in contact with that I feel very comfortable with, feeling like they're family, man. And the community is an awesome place, man. It really is.
I'd rather lose everything in my business checking account. I'd rather, if somebody, there's an error somewhere, as I feel like I owe. Let's see, Matt. I don't know Matt that well. If I owe Matt,
Be glad.
If I owe Matt, everything in my, I really owe him something. It's like, here, man. I'd rather preserve my name and even the little brand I'm trying to build.
Oh yeah, my name means too much to me.
Yeah,
Chip,
I'd rather do that.
We had a feller, his still got damaged in the mail. We gave him a hell of a discount. A month later, he's bitching that he can't get it to seal correctly because I don't know why. And we're like, I'm gonna send it back. I'll give you money back. It's just my name means more than anything. So it's like whatever it takes. But there's always going to be haters, no matter what,
Yeah.
But like Uncle Joe was talking about, it's family, man. It's shit. I remember probably the first time I met Sean, it was just me and him, and we was chilling. I was like, hey, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want nothing from you but to be the best friend I can to you, and you take from that what you want, and ever since then, I ain't asking for shit. He ain't gonna show up anyways, but I ain't gonna ask him for shit. You know what I'm saying? But
hey, how did that go today or the other day? Did he hold the ladder for you?
Who?
Yeah, you was right next to him.
I was at work.
Nah,
I'm the only one that had the out. I was at a job, man.
That's all good. You know who helped me the most is my boy and the old lady, man. Like, it's our house, it's what you got to do. So it'd be all right. We was up there yesterday, wind blowing 90 miles an hour. We're up 2 stories high, wind shit. You should see my big ass getting up and down. You'd be like, dude, man, that's wild.
What you doing? Working on the barn, motherfucker? You ain't got 2 stories.
Hey, bro, you go and climb up on top of the peak of the house. You tell me how high up you are. Oh, okay. You think it's 80 stories. You ain't come over.
Oh shit.
Anyways.
Yeah, but I try to incorporate what you was talking about and what I don't ask for nothing from anybody up front. Not a penny, and I don't want it up front. And then whatever, if something sells, I can print out a report, and this is how much this costs. This is how much it's sold for. Whatever we agree to on the split that's where we split. And
it's kind of like our local lawyer. Look, I don't make money unless you make money. Okay, so when you make money, I make money.
That's it.
The more you make, the more I make. So it's in my best interest to get you the most amount of money I can.
100.
You know what I'm saying? So the more of your shorts I can sell, the more everybody's going to make. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So it happens for everybody that way. So I'm incentivized, they're incentivized, and everybody wins in that way. And and that's kind of what I was talking about a minute ago. What I want for everybody anyway, and what I want for the community, and at how my business operates, I want it to be there too. So
if you ever do decide to go legal, you should. And you're over in West Virginia. I heard it's kind of easy to open a distillery over there.
Compared to Ohio, you mean?
Yeah.
Ohio, yeah.
Hooch was like, bro, you just got to buy a plot of land and put a concrete pad on it, man, and a little bit of funding, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my, man, I'm about to move to West Virginia.
They had some micro distillery laws that we had
really,
I think, and it's a little easier. There's like 3 tiers of distilleries in West Virginia. There's like micro and mini and just a regular distillery. But you get the breaks when you have to buy like all West Virginia grain or fermentables. So if you buy from West Virginia, you get those breaks. So
yeah, I think that's an every state thing. You keep your money in state, you get a little break on your taxes.
Yeah, and you have to like over how much gallonage, proof gallons, and some of that kind of kicks in. But yeah, and some of the paperwork's a little easier to get started at those smaller levels. So so that at least it's there. And that wasn't until probably 8-10 years ago when like Bullock Distillery, their bourbon distillery here in Charleston, they kind of helped with some of that. I know, but probably a lot of other people, but I know they helped with it.
Well, on the flip side, it will allow people with money who don't know shit about distilling to open distilleries.
Yeah.
Like we went to that LeBlanc in Charleston, worst distillery I've ever been to. And it was just some rich kid with money who didn't know the difference between heads and tails and hearts, just pushing over distilled grappa that was vodka. Nice. And that that's for the consumer to educate yourself, just like with anything. It's a double-edged sword. Everything's a double-edged sword, So,
yeah.
But
he just blended his heads and tails to make more hearts, right?
That's right.
You wild, it's high.
You damn right.
Heads and tails, yes, make hearts is kind of like the whole was it vodka and schnapps make moonshine?
You damn right. So, let's go to the fan, Uncle Joey.
Let's go.
It's a day for it.
Hey, Joey, fence.
All right. Well, I think we've taken up everybody's enough time tonight. We hope everybody had a good holiday. If this is your holiday, and it's Uncle Joey's Friday night, so he's not going to see real straight. Do we got somebody next week, Uncle Joey?
Let me see.
He knows this question's coming. You think he'd have it ready?
Oh yes. We have Captain Scorch.
Yeah.
Nice, Chad. We're gonna have my buddy, Sean's buddy Chad that I met on, and we'll tell the story about his pot. I think Sean's got some pictures too.
Yeah, we got a fellow shiner. I don't know if is he local? Is he Ohio?
Yeah, he's Northern Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
A fellow shiner that had some still issues, and we'll get into that next week.
We're gonna talk about just a little legal guy. Good times. It could be a learning experience.
Yep.
Y'all tune in for the pictures. It's gonna be a hell of a time. It's gonna be a good time. There will be some ball busting going on next week, son.
Well, listen, Brandon, I appreciate you agreeing to come on and hang out with us. And I appreciate what you do, man. I have many of your shirts in my closet, and I really hope that some of these master distillers that have been on in the past reach out to you, because I think what you're doing, that line is awesome, man. I really do.
Yeah. I have two in my county. That was on a couple of the first. Tony Perry, he was on like one of the first 3 episodes, and Mountain Brandy, and Big Mike. I think he was on one of your
Big Mike
years ago. Yeah, we're all in the same county, so
nice.
He's got the legend.
Yeah, stick around. Stick around. Yeah. We'll have a little chat afterwards.
So I got a coupon code for anybody listening right now. In honor of 420. So if you use coupon code Munchies for the next 24 hours, you get $4.20 off of almost any shirt or hat you got in there. So a little more than the decent.
Well, let everybody know where to go.
That's a little better Uncle Joey's code. So
yeah. So yeah, Joey, you can share yours because I personalized yours, so it wouldn't be.
If you want to go and use Uncle Joey's code, it is a piece of shit.
Sounds about right.
Is it a word piece of shit or is it POS?
Yeah.
No, it's full piece of shit. I might type it out.
Any spaces, or is it all just one word?
All one word, one big
word.
all caps.
Okay. Nice.
And where do you go? Tell people where to go.
www.themoonshineco.com. So yeah, check it out. A lot of Master Steeler shirts on there, and we're adding more all the time. I got people in queue that are coming online. So I appreciate all the support.
Yes.
That's awesome. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. And so we appreciate you coming and hanging out, Brandon, and giving us your time. Hey, anybody you want to make, you got a badass shirt idea, man, just hit up Brandon. Worst case scenario, nobody buys it. So, I mean, that's the worst case scenario. You know what I'm saying? You still got your nice shirt out there. Yeah. But, it's just like anything else. Push your shit, you want to sell something, push your shit. Yep. And when it's awesome, like Bennett, like the shirt that Uncle Joey's got on with Bennett's ugly mug on it, and I like it better because he was a little more chunkier in that picture. So, but all right, well, man, y'all have a good night. Steven, have a good night, man. Everybody have a great night. We'll see y'all later, and see you next week. Take care. And